Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over some Pokemon Go news. We have several events to cover here, including a new Pokemon as well as a new mechanic where we're going to be able to pick up apples off the ground and evolve the new Pokemon. We're going to go over that as well as its evolution that has not been introduced or even mentioned, and taking a look at a new feature that is currently only in Japan right now. So there's a lot of exciting things going on. So let's go ahead and get into this. Yesterday we did go over the upper hand move and who could potentially get it for the next season as far as Go Battle League is concerned. But we already have the Pokemon that we know are going to be able to learn that for the Rivals event that we do have coming up here. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into this. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and let's see what we do have going on here. You guys are right. I probably do need to cut my hair. It's getting a little ridiculous. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this here. So currently, in Japan, we do have this thing where you visit a particular Pokestop, and then you're going to be able to stamp it. When you stamp it, when you get the card, right, you will have kind of like a progress, kind of like a punch card when you go to a particular whatever. Remember old video rental stores? You get a little punch card, or maybe you go to like some sort of a smoothie place or ice cream or whatever, and then you get a free one. Well, when you stamp them all out and you fill the whole thing up at the top, you're going to be able to collect some rewards. So that's pretty awesome. But this is only going to be currently in Japan. You can most definitely expect this to be at some bigger events like Go Fest or other things that they do have, and hopefully it's just not going to be revolving around those, but more so for everybody. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and go over the Rivals event, which is going to be introducing the new move Upper Hand. Okay, so we do have a handful of Pokemon here that we're going to go over as to who can learn those right out the gate. So this event is going to be going down April 13th at 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. local time. That's it. So you're going to only have a couple of hours to do this here. The following Pokemon will be appearing in Mega Raids. You have Mega Heracross, which I do believe when you catch it, it's going to have this move here. We'll go over that here in a second. The following Pokemon will be appearing more frequently in raids. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. So you have Hariyama and Scraggy, okay? Let's go ahead and move on here. So the attack availability updates. Starting with this event, continuing onwards, the featured Pokemon will be allowed to learn the charge move Upper Hand. So the attack Upper Hand. Upper Hand, let's go ahead and see here. We already went over it, 70 power in trainer battles, and then in gyms and raids, 50. So it's not going to be something that's going to be blowing the other fighters out of the water, but it is going to actually have some other Pokemon become more utilized, like say, I don't know, Scraggy's evolution. I don't know, I'm spacing its name out. Scrafty, right? So from what we're getting from this here, the available attack moving forward, so we're looking at Heracross, Hariyama, and then Scrafty being able to have this here. I'm assuming when you catch Hariyama in the raid, it's just going to have the move, as well as Heracross. And then Scraggy, when you evolve it, it's going to be able to get it. That's what I'm getting from this here. Let's go ahead and continue on here. Event bonuses, a raids limit will be increased from, or 220 on April 12th from 5 p.m. until Saturday, April 13th at 8 p.m. PDT. Receive up to 5 additional free raid passes when you do spin a photo disc at a gym. All right, so that's going to be 6 in total because you're already going to get a free one already, right? And then you're going to have an increased chance to encounter a shiny Heracross, Hariyama, and Scraggy from the raids. That's going to be the free one. If you do pay $4.99 or equivalent in your area, you will have an additional 8 raid passes when you do spin a photo disc at a gym, an increased chance to get a rare candy XL from the raids, 50% more XP from the raids, and ×2 Stardust from the raids as well. These bonuses will be in effect on Sunday, April 13th at 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. So you're going to have several hours to do that, you know, the event time there. And this is typically always worth it if you do go hard. I personally did buy that ticket, so I'm going to get out there as I am a fan of Heracross, and I want to get a good shiny one, for crying out loud. I tried so hard. Had to finally trade it after doing hundreds. Time research, a free time research opportunity will be available during this event. Complete the time research to earn the following rewards: 10,000 Stardust, 1,000 additional Stardust for completing a raid battle for a total of 2,000 Stardust or 3,000 Stardust with the event ticket, and of course, and more. All right, tell me if they're gonna put mayonnaise on this damn burger, because I don't want mayonnaise. No, I'm just joking. You order some, tell me what I'm freaking getting here. No. All right, anyways, so that's the event there, okay? Pretty awesome. Now let's go ahead and move into the next one here. Sweet Discovery, which is going to be introducing that new Pokemon Applin, right? Now, there is going to be another Pokemon here. Let me see what we have. What is its name? Hold on. It is going to be the... it's the Hydra one. Anyway, it's just that three-headed one. But it doesn't look like you're going to be able to make that here. They're not introducing it quite yet. I have to say, the design for that one looks pretty awesome. It's essentially a bunch of words coming out of an apple, you know, kind of like a disgusting apple, you know, that's been, yeah, you know the drill. But they're like little dragons. It looks cool. Looks like it's coming out of a candy apple. Such a silly design. Let's go ahead and get into the event details for this one here. Sweet Discovery is going to be going down April 24th at 8 or 10 a.m. on Tuesday until April 29th at 8 p.m. local time. The event bonuses are going to be ×2 candy for catching Pokemon, an increased chance to encounter a shiny Delibird or shiny Skolvit, an increased chance to hatch shiny Delibird, shiny Cherubi, and shiny Skolvit. Catch a Delibird or a Skolvit will award berries. So we're getting into this realm of Pokemon where Pokemon Go, where they're starting to do things like in the main series games, and I'm really liking this. So we're going to be finding apples. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, and that's how you're going to actually evolve the new Applin into both or one of two of its forms here. We'll go over how many you need and the details on that. But not only that, catching Delibird or Skolvit will award berries. We have just opened a new can of worms. They have opened a new can of worms. Now, Pokemon are going to have freaking items, okay? Now, it's only going to be berries for now, but in the future, you can maybe expect them to do stuff where they have special items on Pokemon. You remember the heart scale? Was the heart scale part of the thing where you needed to, like... Man, I remember hunting heart scales. What were those for? To increase the IVs and you need a certain amount? It's been so damn long, I forgot. That's insane. But I remember only like Love Disc had them or something, or a particular Pokemon. But anyways, maybe that could be a part of the IVs, you know, increasing the IVs. You got to find particular Pokemon. But then that'll give the spoofers the advantage because they can just go and like kind of snipe them all. All right, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So let's slow it down here and get back on track. All right. An increased chance for apples to appear on the Mossy Lure modules. All right, so that's another new item. Those apples, there's gonna be two different ones. We're gonna go over those in just a second. Again, those are gonna help you evolve the new Applin into one of its two evolutions. Half egg distance for the first 3 eggs hatched using the Pokemon Go widget. That's something I never used, don't really care to use. If you do, awesome, there you go. You have a new little perk there. All right, so now we have Applin and its evolutions. You have 2 different ones, okay? So one of them is gonna, well, both of them are gonna require 200 candies, and then you're gonna need to find, for one of the evolutions, you need 20 tart apples, and then you're gonna need 20 sweet apples, okay? So you have those 2 to look forward to. Again, these are gonna be spawning more so off of the Mossy Lures. I don't know if you're gonna be able to just find these apples anywhere in the game, or you're gonna have to specifically get them from or around the Mossy Lures, particularly, or maybe just in more dense area where Pokemon are spawning. But we'll have to see. I'm gonna be laying down those Mossy Lures, of course, and trying to look for as many of those apples as possible. So it should be pretty fun. As far as usability on these Pokemon, they're not too crazy right now, but remember in the future, it will be getting that Hydra-looking type form. So, you know, maybe you want to stack up on a good one of these so you can evolve it in the future. And then we do have an image here that looks like it is going to be just kind of around the Pokestops. There's one that looks like it's not necessarily under the Pokestop, but it's still by it. So I'm still going to kind of, you know, chalk it up to, you got to kind of be by a Pokestop here. But again, the Mossy Lures will drop either 1 or 2 of those apples for you to evolve into these new forms here. Right, and this is why I shouldn't get too ahead of myself here, because they go on to explain this. They say, beginning with the Sweet Discoveries event, you may discover apples in the wild if you're very lucky. Very lucky, all right? So you'll find an apple in the wild if you're very, so they're gonna be very rare, okay? Take it from them. When they say very rare, I'm sure they mean freaking stinking rare. Tapping on them will award sweet apples, tart apples, or an encounter with a Pokemon, including Applin. So Okay, so you can find the apples. Like it could be an item, or it could be one of the Applin Pokemon. Oh, okay, not bad. If you're lucky, apples will also have an increased chance of appearing at the Mossy Lure modules, like we already went over. Okay, so there you have it. Pretty interesting stuff. All right, next up we have the following Pokemon will be appearing more frequently in the wild, and this is for the Sweet event with the apple, right? Alolan Rattata, Abra, Bellsprout, Delibird, Gulpin, Bidoof, Muna, Bonsweet, and Skulvet. Some trainers might even counter the following: Snorlax, Shuckle, Kamola, and Applin. So Applin's going to be pretty rare. Just throw on some Mossy Lures, go to a bunch of Pokestops, throw on Mossy Lures, do some rounds, and I'm sure you're going to be great. But it is going to be kind of difficult. 200 candies and 20 apples. All right. We'll see. Eggs. The following Pokemon will be hatching from 7-kilometer eggs: Delibird, Cherubi, Munchlax, and Skulvet. All right. If you're lucky, you might hatch a shiny one. All right. And then moving on here, there will be a free time research available. Time research rewards include the following: 1 Mossy Lure module, 1 Tart Apple, 1 Sweet Apple, an encounter with an event-themed Pokemon. Oh my gosh. One. Come on, guys, gals, what's going on here? All right, so you have that. And then, of course, there's going to be a pay ticket, $1.99 or equivalent in your area. This time, research will award the following: a Mossy Lure module, an encounter with the event-themed Pokemon, including Delibird, Skulvet, Applin, and more. Trainers will also be available to purchase this ticket for a friend. You already know the drill on that, okay? All right, so you're going to be able to get a Mossy Lure for free, and 1 Tart Apple, 1 Sweet Apple, which is going to help you evolve onto either one of those evolutions there. And then you're going to be able to pay $1.99 and get some more there if you're looking for that. All right, and then they do... oh, the avatar they used. Oh, no. All right, the following avatar items: an Applin headband and an Applin apron. All right, that Pokemon, just the basic form looks kind of silly. The evolutions are great. It's a fun little concept. Okay, I wasn't hating. Last video, somebody's like, stop hating on it. I know you're just kind of being silly. I'm not hating. It's just a silly one. But looking at the Hydra one, that's freaking awesome. I like that Pokemon a lot. I like it a lot.
I like you a lot.
Oh gosh. All right, folks, that's about a wrap. Okay, I just wanted to bring you all that information. I also want to tell you this. So people are like, hey, what's wrong? You don't know how to mirror your video? I do. I can just flip it around. I just choose not to. Yeah, I don't. So yeah, we're going to be giving out one of these in maybe today, or we're not going to give it out today. We're going to make the video, and then I'll give you the instructions on how to get one. This is going to be the Duo 3 Pro that works with 2 accounts, and it's going to be in the black. I've personally used this thing for a long time. I have just now got the black one, which is going to be the same as the blue and white one that they did have, and these are going to be amazing. I don't want to go over too much about this, but it does have a wireless charger. It comes with all kinds of fun little goodies, and I will be making its own video. So make sure you do have notifications on if you're trying to win one of these, and it'll help you connect to 2 accounts. It is going to be rechargeable, and yeah, so we'll go over more of that in the next video. But anyways, folks, if you did enjoy this video, if you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss out on the giveaway, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.